Hello, and welcome to the most innovative Yu-Gi-Oh content out there. A tier list. Okay, so here I have every hand trap in the game pretty much, and we're going to rate them in today's metagame and say the good points and bad points of each thing and how good they are. If you wanted to play hand traps in your deck, what hand traps would be the best to play? I mean, I'm guessing you all pretty much know what tier lists are, so let's just head right into it, I guess. And the first one looks to be a Cyframe card. Let me just check what this one does. That might give you an idea of where this might end up. Okay, so Cyframe Gear Alpha. Special this and if you do, add a Cyframe card. Okay, so this does nothing to interrupt your opponent. So this is absolute dog shit. Anyways, moving on. Ash. Right now, Ash is just like a solid pick. Like, you can play it in any deck. It's the most versatile hand trap, I guess. It's good in almost every matchup, pretty much. So we'll place it in... We'll put it in solid for now. And if we change our mind, we'll move it down later. Ho! Battle Fader. Now you guys know this is a GG. Best hand trap in the game, baby. Nah, but this'll have to go in bad. Like, not many decks really care, to be honest. Like, most decks set up negates and shit. I guess it's okay in, like, I don't know, Exodia. It's just not okay. I lied to you. It's not okay. It's just a bad card. Like, Numeron Wall is just a better version of Battle Fader, to be completely honest. And Numeron Wall isn't on this list, but I guess it would be meh. I mean, it's obviously good in Numerons, but you're not going to play in anything else. Moving on is another Cyframe card. Let's read this one. Cyframe Beta. So this is the Sakuretsu armor. I see. So this is also absolute dog shit. Who the fuck cares about Sakuretsu armor in 2022? Half the cards in the fucking meta float or negate or just the towers. So like, okay. Next card is Chaos Hunter. This card is not the best. Like, I guess in theory it's okay against like Tenyi Sword Soul, but it's not the right meta. If Orcus comes around and becomes tier 0, then I guess it's a good hand trap, but for now, no. Okay, next up, it seems we have one of the C cards. I'm not sure which one this is, so... Okay, so when your opponent specials from the extra deck, you can summon this. And it's unaffected by targeting. Why not just put it can't be targeted by monster effects? Absolute dog shit. Okay, moving on. Contact C. It's an interesting card. What level is Contact C? Let me check. Level 6. Contact C is like fine against some decks, like Prankids, I guess. It's literally only good against Prankids, pretty much. So it's like meh. It only really hits one deck. It does nothing against all the other decks. So DD Crow. DD Crow's good. It hits stuff like DPE, Scythe, Pandemonium if they send it to grave and they try to add it back. Worst case, it banishes your opponent's Meow Meow, so they only get one Regeki. I think DD Crow's a nice good card. It's not very impactful, that's why it's not solid. And it's like not really versatile because it's only good against like specific meta calls. So yeah, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. And we have another Cyframe. What does this fucker do? Epsilon. This one negates trap cards. Hey yo, it's cracked. Absolute dog shit. Wow, it seems we have a bit of a common theme with these Cyframe cards. They are absolutely wank. Like, you have to control no monsters to negate a trap card. I mean, I guess if in like your opponent anti-spells you and standby, it's cool. I mean, what the fuck do you want me to say? It's fucking shit. Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter against like 90% of the decks that you resolve it on is just an auto win button. So Dimension Shifter pretty much just shits on 90% of the decks. It's just a solid pick. If you resolve this in a game, you're most likely winning that game. So I will put it in GG because it is definitely one of the best hand traps out there. But, you know, it is definitely meta dependent, and in a slower format where the decks don't care about the grave, it could just be complete dog shit. So next up we have our little Ghost Nun. This gains life every time your opponent special summons, but if they don't special summon, you lose half your life. It's okay like going into time, I guess, but let's just leave it in bad. At least it does something other than these absolute dog shit cards down here. Droll, it's a solid card. Droll is a solid card. If this was last format, Droll would be in GG. But right now, Droll isn't the best. I guess like if your opponent starts with like adventure stuff and you draw them and the deck revolves around searching, it's okay. But like most of the decks don't care. Like Prankids can send Panday off of Fansies and add it back that way. It doesn't need to search it off Doodle. And like Based really don't care about if they get drolled on the adventure engine. I mean, I guess it just means you don't search a Basil Rose Shoot or search something off of Cupid Pitch, I guess. But yeah, Droll is solid. It's really, really good against some matches, and it's just absolutely useless against some matches. So, you know. Effect Veiler, it's just one of those cards, really. It's a good card, not the best, not the worst. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Engraver of the Mock. Yo, did you know this card can negate Crossout Designator and Sales Ban and Prohibition? Absolutely dog shit. Absolutely dog shit. Whoever plays this needs to think about their lives. Anyways, moving on. Another Cyframe card. What does this one do? Cyframe Delta. This one negates spells. You know what? That's actually okay. But like negating spells are usually not the most impactful. I mean, it's cool that you can like negate the let me just check. Does it negate activations and effects? Ooh. It only negates activations. So you can't negate like Fateful Adventure. You can only negate the right, and if they have another right, it's infinitely worse. Like, it's cool. I put it in meh. But like, meh. that's the best I can describe it. This is Contact C, right? Let me check. No, it's Flying C. The card that stopped being good after Lynx. I mean, I'll put it in bad because it is bad. But like, one day there might be a tier 0 XYZ deck. And it could be cool, I guess. Gamma. Gamma's a rough one because it is an insane hand trap. But it does come with a few downsides. You have to play Driver, which is a brick. And you need to control no monsters. So it's pretty much always dead going first. I would really like to put it in GG because it's really impactful. It's really strong. But just for the downsides of having to play Driver and you have to control no monsters, I think I'll put it in solid. But definitely at the top of solid. It's better than the rest in solid. I guess I'll order these, actually. You know what? Droll, I'll move higher than Ash because it's definitely more impactful. DD Crow, I'll keep it above Veiler. I'll keep Contact C above Delta. Chaos Hunters by itself. I'll put none at the top of bad. Battle Fade at the end and Flying C second. Absolute dog shit. Well, I mean, I guess there's some uses for Engraver, so that can be at the top of the absolute dog shit tier. And then this literally does nothing. This does nothing. This is a sack. This negates traps, I guess, and this is a Zakuretsu, so we'll do it like that. Ogre, a surprising comeback. It's been a while since Ogre's been good, but right now Ogre's absolutely insane. It pops the adventure engine. It pretty much stops the Griffin because it has to shuffle back to negate. If you use this on, like, let's say Hulk, then they can't go into Auroradon. If your Prankid's opponent messes up their chain links, you could pop their Doodle, and this could be huge. It stops their pranks, which is already huge, but you know, Ogre is definitely really good right now. I wouldn't put it GG because it's not a game-ending hand trap, but I would put it. Would I put it above Gamma? You know what? I will put it above Gamma. I will put Ogre above Gamma for this format. Next up, Bell. Another insane hand trap this format. This stops the likes of Doodle adding back. It stops Enchantress. It stops like 001 reborning. It stops Sanguine. It's pretty good hand trap. I think I would put it. Would I put it above Ash? I think I'll keep Ash higher because it's slightly more versatile and it just hits more stuff in general than Bell does, but Bell is definitely up there. We'll leave it there. Gizmek Uka. You know what? I haven't actually thought about playing Gizmek Uka. It could be pretty funny against the base deck. They go into their Hulk, you drop the Gizmek Uka and summon your little water boy, and they can't play. It's interesting. Well, like, that's all it's good for against, right? Unless you play like the Earth Charmer for Prankids when they go into Meow. Well, not Charmer, the barrier statue, obviously. You know what? I would put Gizmek Uka. It's tough. I've actually not thought about Gizmek Uka, but I would put it at the top of Meh. because I've not tested it enough to put it anywhere else, so I'll have to leave it at the top of meh. Because I definitely think it's a better option than the rest of these right now. It's definitely worth exploring. So yeah, let's move on. Gauze, baby. Fun fact, this is my favorite artwork on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. But it's absolute dog shit, unfortunately. I mean, it was cracked back in like Edison format, like Synchro Plant format, around that era. But right now, it's just not the best, is it? Okay, now we have Herald of Orange Light.
Does that look like orange to you? You absolute fool? You fucking moron? Huh?
So this is the one that negates spells. It's pretty bad, but it's the best bad card, so we'll put that there. Honest, I mean, maybe at some point there'll be a light deck that can use it well, but let's be honest, folks, it is pretty bad. And we'll put it above Flying Sea. And I don't know why Gauze is all the way down there. Gauze is definitely better than all these. I guess Engraver's actually better than Gauze, because if Crossout gets played in every deck, it has some utility, I guess. Imperm, it's just good right now. Yeah, it's just a good card right now. Not solid, not GG, definitely not GG. But it's the best good card out of these. So, yeah, I'll put it at the top of good. Lancia. Now, if you told me at the start of the format, I'd definitely put it in GG. But right now, I've actually starting to not like Lancia that much. It's like it stops Enchantress. It kind of stops some Dragon Link combos. I'll put it in solid. I'll definitely put it in solid. Maxi, I mean, this is banned, but if it was legal, I mean, it's just the best hand trap ever. So yeah, Maxi. Okay, we have Morna. I think that's what it's called. This is pretty much just a worse effect Veiler, because you can only activate it on the summon of the monster. So yeah, I just put it on the Veiler. Nib. It's definitely high impact, but because of adventure stuff, it's barely ever gonna resolve. So I'll put it in solid, but underdraw, probably. Maybe above draw. Yeah, because if it resolves, it's insane, but it's just barely resolving. Orange Light. It used to be good when Evo was legal. Now I'm pretty sure even Drytron doesn't want to play it, so I'll just leave it in bad. Maybe not the right meta, I guess. I'll leave it in not the right meta for now. Phantasme. It's not really impactful. All it does is fix your hand, potentially draw into the other hand traps. I guess it has some targeting protection, which is fine. It's just meh. I'll just leave it here. Purple Light. Okay, this is just absolute dog shit. It's better than the Psy-Frame Trap Negator, so we'll put it on the Gauze. Oh. Red Reboot is... Against trap decks, if you resolve Red Reboot, you pretty much just win the duel, so I'll have to put it in GG. Because Dimension Shifter isn't always GG, but, like, it is GG 80% of the time. Whereas Red Reboot, if you resolve it against a trap deck, it's 100% GG. Seralvis, I mean, it's funny. You can search it off Herald. It's certainly better than some cards on here. I'll put it in not right meta, I guess. I mean, the only thing that really targets is the adventure equip spell. Yeah, I'll just leave it on the orange light. We have another C card. What does this one do? It's Retaliating C, right? Yeah, it's Retaliating C. So, when they activate a spell that would special a monster, you can summon this to your field. And if you do, their cards are banished instead. This is actually pretty good right now. It's pretty much Dimension Shifter, but everyone's playing right, so this is like almost always going to resolve. But there are some times where it's just never going to be live, so I put it in good. And if Maxi does ever get unbanned, this searches Maxi, so it gets some bonus points for that. So I'll put it in good, but probably the bottom of good. Yeah, the bottom of good. Meister, I mean, it stops a Prankid. And I guess if based players order their chain links weird, then it negates Red Rose. Negates L1, Scythe and DP, Scythe or DP. That's a good card. Definitely the worst. No, it's better than Morna. Not better than Vela. I'll put it there. Swift Scarecrow. Even worse than Battle Fader because it doesn't even give you a body. So we'll put that there. Typhoon. I've not seen this in a while because it's not been good in a while. But I mean, in a certain meta, it's definitely got potential to be good. It's just not the right meta for it. I'll put it. Nah, I'll keep Chaos Hunter above it because that has higher potential. Winter Cherries. Now, this might be a based choice, but I'm actually going to put Winter Cherries in GG. Now, if you think about it, in like a deck like Prankids, you can play. You have already got all your Prankids cards, so if you reveal this, you're winning all the mirrors. You can play like. You can throw in like a Dagda, I guess, and just reveal that so your opponent can't set up Scythe. Or you can play DPE, reveal that so your opponent can't make DPE. You can play Hulk even, reveal that your opponent can't play Hulk. It's good in based because your entire extra deck is pretty much all the cards you want to reveal off Cherries. And I guess you can throw in like one Prankids card in case you play against Prankids. I think Cherries is actually really good right now. But it's definitely the worst of the GG category. But yeah. I personally think Cherries is cracked. What the fuck was this card again? 1 second. So I have managed to find it. Heavenly Zephyr Miradora. So it can't be negated, which is a plus. If your opponent summons a monster with 2k or more from the extra deck, you can special this. And if this specialed from the hand, you can target a monster and it can't activate its effects. It's okay. Not the best, but it's okay. I'll definitely leave it in meh. Under Phantasme, probably. Yeah. Okay. Cycle Reader. Now, there's not really a lot of good light decks right now. other than Drytron, but Drytron's falling out of favor. I still think Drytron is insane, by the way, but it is falling out of favor, so it's not the right meta, but it has the highest potential out of the not the right meta cards. Because any good light deck, and this card is insane. No material. I mean, the only things it's really good against is like a Prank Kid. And that's like if they don't open adventure stuff and set up Griffin. And against the base deck, they're setting up the adventure stuff beforehand. I mean, if it resolves, it's good, but it's barely ever gonna resolve, and you can only use it on the first turn. So it's meh, and probably I'll put it at the top of meh, because it can definitely win some games, but yeah. Token Collector, meh. I mean, it's good, I guess. It just pops Brave tokens. That's it. That's pretty much all it does. It's not the best, is it? I'll leave it in above Meister. I mean, the good thing about Token Collector is like it can be from hand or grave, so you can dump it off stuff like Beatrice or Foolish. And like if they out it, like you can bring it back like on the follow-up turn. And everyone is playing Adventure, so it's okay. You know what? I'll put it above DD Crow. No, I'll put it under DD Crow, but above Veiler. Yeah. What the fuck is this? Another C? I mean, Shiny Black Sea. When a Synchro is specialed, banish this from your grave to destroy the Synchro. Well, if that isn't absolute dog shit, then what is really? I mean, it's better than... No, it's not. It's not even better than a Sakuretsu. I mean, it's better than those two, because those two literally do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure like these are all the hand traps you're going to care about. There's like Sword Soul Iris. Like, I would put it in meh. Like, it's a cool card, but it's literally just meh. And is there anything else I'm missing? Trigodia, I guess, but it's at pretty much the same place as Scores. Does Evenly count as a hand trap? Not really. I mean, it is a trap you activate from your hand. I mean, if it is, I put it in solid, definitely. And I'm pretty sure that's just it, really. So these are how I would rank every hand trap in Yu-Gi-Oh! For the current format and the current meta. So yeah, like if you want to build a deck, I would recommend like choosing from the solid and GG category, and maybe a few from the good category, like Imperm, Crow, and Veiler are always good choices. Token Collector's good in the side deck, and if you're playing Foolish Burial, you may as well play Token Collector, just because if you have Enchantress and you draw Foolish, then, you know, plus. Yeah, I like this list. If you disagree with anything on the list, let me know in the comments. Tell me how you would change it, I guess. And if there's any hand traps I missed, let me know down below and I'll rank it in the comments, I guess. But yeah, this is the tier list. Make sure to like, subscribe, and peace.
I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open.